They're trying to tell us something. They have figured out the formula for chaos.
When the clock strikes 8:30, babe, time to head for Chris's house. Will the song make it to the next round?
Oh no.
Pot of Thunder. Let's pot tonight. Come on, baby, let's pot tonight.
Yeah, they did it again. Doc Gibbs and the Emerald Lap Band, bringing it to you each and every week here on Pot of Thunder, the recognized symbol of excellence in rock and roll podcasting, brought to you by viewers like you on patreon.com/Pot of Thunder. That's right. Go check it out. There's something for you at every level. And if you're in the $5 or $10 tier, there's more bang for your buck.
Correct.
That's right. So there you go. Giving you more stuff for free. Who does that? Who does that in 2024?
Oof.
I can tell you it's certainly not the grocery store. My heavens.
$3 for a 2-liter of soda.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I'm going to hop off a bridge tonight.
I mean, barring any sort of sale, $3.
I did not realize
that makes
2 liters were that expensive.
I'm going to drive over there and spit in the parking lot just to let them know how I feel.
That ought to do it.
Yep.
Immediate meeting. Get the board together.
That does not work for me. But anyway, you know me. Come on. Guess who I am?
Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Arby's sitting in his gut. Mickey D's, Burger King, trouble in the sewer. Harry didn't flush the toilet.
What?
It was overflowing and it just kept going. Andy didn't flush the toilet. But he tried to plunge it, but he couldn't expunge it.
Wow, thank you. I heard Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. Missed some of those. There's rapid fire lyrics, but thank you.
That's the nature of that song.
Yeah.
Rapid fire.
Get out the lyric sheet. Close the bedroom door. And educate yourself.
Trouble in the Sewers is the hook of that one.
That's probably where that came from,
It
huh?
inspired the whole thing.
Yeah, that sounds right. Well, you know me. It's your buddy Andy, America's little brother. And always we're joined by this fella lurking in the shadows. If you're watching on Patreon, oh my gosh, you could see this. We have to quiet down because if you look over my shoulder, look at that. There he is.
Date with me, no matter how hunting is join you in the kitchen before too long. Talk to me. Let's go baking, baby.
Where did he go? There he is. Hunting his way across the podcast studio.
Bake that tree.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, what happened there? Had some technical difficulties.
Something. I don't know, we're not moving, but
Dropped out of there in a minute.
that was strange. Anyway, welcome to the show, Nicholas. Nick has
Another bullseye.
he's
letting
baked his way across the podcast studio.
Teenage thrill seeker in the room.
Treats for all. I hope. I see bowls. I see paper bowls. We'll find out more on that in a moment. But in the meantime, directly to Nick's left, ladies and gentlemen, you own him. We got him.
Can have it every day, yeah. I can have it. Get out of my way, yeah. Fuck you.
Put your hands together for the breakout star of the podcast medium. Chris L's in the house. What's happening over there?
Not a lot. We are, first episode of May. We know what that is, but I think we should get into what Nick's brought here before we get into the serious work at hand this month.
We've got a lot of work.
Got some work to do.
All right, well, If
hell
we're
is
going to have
this?
work, we're going to need something to eat. Nick, give it.
Who wants to eat dainties? Who wants to eat baked treats with me?
I want to eat baked treats. Nick, this looks like some caramel melted.
It is, yeah. It didn't really hold its shape.
Oh, this is going to be very difficult to eat.
It is without a utensil.
Especially while we're speaking into microphones.
It's
But that's okay.
It's a millionaire bar, is what it's called.
Okay, so I see it's got chocolate on the top.
It's basically a glorified Twix. It's
it's
like
got
the shortbread on the
there's-
bottom, and then caramel, which was very similar, if I recall correctly, to the Reggie bar, mock Reggie bar recipe. Caramel filling there,
Okay.
and just some of the go-to ganache.
Did you try it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Had a couple pieces.
All right, well,
A little messy. Quite good though.
I'll try it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it. I'm having like a little bit of a PTSD moment looking at the top because my youngest daughter took a shit in the baby tub not 45 minutes ago that I cleaned out with Lysol. So I don't know if I can handle this right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
have
not
to close.
good timing.
Are you
I'm going to have to close my eyes.
afraid you might do the same after you?
Yes. Well, it looks, the ganache topping looks similar to what I had to deal with. Doesn't smell similar, so that's better. But anyway.
That is better.
Nick, thank you so much for the treats.
Well, you're welcome.
Why do they call it a millionaire bar? Any reason?
I don't know. I don't know if there was a reason given on the recipe. So, sometimes you don't have time. You got to skip the entire blog and just get to the recipe. I don't know.
I would think that most people do that.
Yeah, and thankfully most of the time there's a jump to recipe link at the top.
Good.
For those who don't want to
Sometimes
read
it
a
works.
story.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, you click it. Sometimes it doesn't go to the
Yeah,
right spot.
I don't know how people. I mean, they must have a passion for blogging, if that's still a thing.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, do people? They've got something to tell.
Prattle off at the lip
They
about
just,
baked
yeah.
treats.
I mean, I'm glad to have the free recipe, but man, oh man,
You paid for it with
it comes
finding
with,
it.
It comes with a lot of scrolling
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's what you paid
And
for.
then you over scroll it, and sometimes the images aren't loaded, so then it shifts.
Oh, that's the worst.
Such problems.
Better be a damn good recipe if you're going through all that.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
Here we are. It's a business day, I'm being told.
Well, it is May, and as regular listeners to the show should be aware, and if you're not, you're going to be aware about it in a minute. And newer listeners, it is Stroke Awareness Month. And that is a sort of pet cause for us here on the show, maybe at least one of us, but born of our parody song about strokes that turned into an important public service effort. So if we do every Thursday, recording and releasing an episode every Thursday, although wait a minute, let me think here. What's today? The 2nd?
Yeah.
As we're recording, yes.
6, 13, 20. So there will only be four episodes released in May, but of 5 recording sessions. So anyway, not a big deal. But so we're going to give you some information about the stroke awareness with each episode, starting with tonight. And we're going to riff on some previous theme music to another popular or not so popular segment on this show. So without further ado, hit it.
With the 9-second version?
Yes. Well, no. What did we talk about before the session? No, not that. That's at the end. The Pope stuff song.
This is going as well as it should.
I didn't know when. Okay.
Yeah, this is now.
This is
Hit
now.
it.
Habemus Papam.
Stroke stuff. Stroke stuff. Stroke stuff.
Listen to him go.
Stroke stuff. Carrying the vocal load on this episode.
Are you pulling something else up now to?
Yeah.
Or do I fade it down?
You can fade it down like you usually do.
Okay.
Yeah. We have some key facts about stroke. I'm going to read one per week. Here's the first one. Stroke kills brain cells. Stroke happens when a clot or rupture interrupts blood flow to the brain. Without oxygen-rich blood, brain cells die.
My goodness.
There's your stroke fact. Key stroke fact of the week.
I mean,
For week one of
one.
stroke awareness.
I mean, you hear that about alcohol, marijuana, the killing of brain cells. You don't. I have never really heard it put that way. So that is interesting.
Comes from a reputable source, stroke.org.
That's my website.
Yeah.
I took stroke.com.
To be .org.
That means you're legit.
That's legitimate.
Does it?
I mean, .gov is really the only.
.gov or .edu are the ones that you really want.
I guess so. Yeah.
For legitimacy.
But that's got to be hard to get though.
Yeah, you have to prove it somehow. All right, well.
You just don't hand those out to anybody.
No. Well, that's good. Nice piece of information.
Well, that's important work we're doing. Public service to the world. Be aware of strokes.
All right.
Avoid them if you can. They're not fun.
All right. Nick, what is going on now?
Nobody's eating. That's what's going on.
I think we're all
okay.
afraid.
It's too gooey, man. It's too late for me to run up and get utensils.
that's
So I'll
true.
just deal with it later. But
And if it was plastic, then
Yeah, we'll get to
that
it.
wouldn't work.
We'll get to it somehow. What is the top? Did you use magic shell to make the top of
Oh,
this?
come on now.
That's a delightful item, isn't it?
I didn't come here to be insulted this week.
Is that beneath you? No, I guess you wouldn't use that on
Just
candy.
piling magic shell on something. Get out of here.
Okay, well,
I'll come over there.
it's your turn. Oh no, he's threatening.
to
He's
pick a
threatening.
song.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna go at it.
is it your turn? I thought it was Andy's turn.
I think it's Nick's. So we're looking back. I think it's Nick's.
Andy usually follows me.
I think something happened.
Well, I did 2 in a row, and then Nick did 2 in a row about a month ago.
I think
This
we got
Gorky
goofed.
Park horse shit. So,
Well, that was me.
that was you?
Yeah, wasn't it? Or was that Nick?
No, that
I
was
thought I
Nick.
picked it.
Oh, it was Nick. Okay,
but
never
Andy
mind.
had
No, okay.
the Darkness song.
Yeah, so Nick's up.
I'm
All
coming
right,
over.
okay. Nick is up.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, we got a little goofed there, but it's Nick's turn. So, I don't know what you're hoping for, but on your way over, pull it. All right, we got between 39, between numbers 39 and 1206. What are the odds? 1206 came up first.
Did it really?
Well, I just scrolled to it and highlighted it.
Okay.
It's up to you, Nick.
So we're up to 1206, huh? That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
You could say no. It's okay.
I'm gonna put it in the hopper.
It's gonna put it in the hopper. Just so you know, I won't say what it is, but I'll give this away. On our device that we use here, it says who submitted it and the timestamp that it was submitted. It says submitted by Andy, and then the timestamp says just now. So there you go.
But I think an episode.
So
I think it would work for an episode, but we'll see if something else comes up.
unquestionable shenanigans happening over here. But Nick, give it another pull.
Okay.
Okay, we got.
I think an episode on that would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have now?
We got 1026 right here, right before our eyes. 1026. Oh, look at this. This is
a popular one.
yeah.
I'm not getting fooled by that again.
It's happened to you before, hasn't it?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Can I have another one?
Yes, you can have one more.
Okay, one more.
Give us one
So
pull.
far, they're both. I think they're both acceptable. Just not sure which one to go with.
Okay, one more pull. Can I click this fast? 1174. 1174.
Watch, this will be something good too. Okay, I don't know if it is or not.
Don't know that one?
Don't know that.
Don't
one.
risk it, Nick.
No, I've been hurt many times before.
Well, let's Bushwick that.
Move along to the next trick.
And hey, the first pick didn't really count, so if you want one more, you can have it, because that was me pulling a joke on you. But
Can I have one more?
yeah,
Not to drag this out. Too
yeah,
long,
but that wasn't very fair of me to do it. So here,
but
one more.
I do want it in a way. Part of me wants that one.
Okay.
Man, oh man.
All right, and
That's a song I need to talk about.
our final pull, number 611.
611.
It's a good height. 611 right here.
No, I
this
don't
one.
think so.
No?
No, I that one I don't know. I guess.
Move along to the next trick.
I'm putting it in the hands of the listeners once again. Well, there are 3 of them
Yeah.
that submitted that. That's what
one you
I'm
wanna
gonna
do.
pick. Yeah,
But do you know the song or the artist?
I know the artist, and it is an artist. Like I don't feel that we're gonna get a dud or anything like that.
All right. Well,
So, and I'm trusting the listeners.
if I feel differently after I hear it, can I veto that in favor of something else?
If you veto it, it's going to the one Andy put on there.
That's
then.
fine.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if I know ahead of time, if I have some intel that tells me it's going to be, Baby Drives Me Crazy or that Queensryche thing.
I don't
again.
think we're getting that, but
All right.
if we go back to Andy's pick, it's
You've
going to
been
be
burned so many times.
It'll be a
that you need
bloodbath.
somebody to look out for you, and I'm willing to do that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, but if you want an absolute bloodbath of a review, then you can veto it, and we'll go back to Andy's selection.
Well, I will
that's what
only
it will be.
veto it if I feel convinced that it's going to be a shit episode, something stupid, because there's been some, commiserating by some of these listeners of ours to derail the show. So
I don't think that's the case with this.
right, but you have not thought that was the case in the past. I'm here to protect you from it. Should I think
Well,
that it's an obvious, landmine that we're walking?
I will say
into?
one of the people is Neil, so I don't think he's going to...
he's capable.
I don't know. Oh, my.
He's capable.
He is.
I think he takes it pretty seriously.
All right. Well,
It's not beneath him, let's put it that way. I mean, he fawns over the 400-pounders at the Hooters Lansing. There's no telling, or Lansing Hooters, I mean, there's no telling what this guy's capable of.
Well, let's find
Might
out.
have lured us in with years of being a good guy, just ready to fucking
And this,
nuke us.
and this is
way.
it.
this is
Yeah.
the moment.
There's a storm rolling in at this
Yep.
exact moment over here. So...
Well, Nick, do you know all the info, or do you want me to read it?
I think maybe you should, because
Okay.
I don't know the album.
Sure. All right.
I
Well,
don't recall.
let's find out what it is. Without any further ado, let's turn the microphone over to Chris Jericho.
All right, Harold. This one's called
Who invited you
Off of
spend the night
by the band.
the Donnas?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get
No,
any,
we're good.
any
We're
nonsense
fine.
from the Donnas catalog.
No, we're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine. And also, many have clamored for more female artists to be featured on the show. I think the only other one was the Hailstorm, right, up to this point.
No, we've had a
We
few.
had letters to Cleo.
Okay, good one,
And
yes.
Who else?
And I want to say there was another, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't
some-
think so.
Not many.
Some hard rock stuff with a female singer, but I can't think of who it was.
Huh, okay. Well, at any rate, people have been asking for more of it, and here we go. And so how many people submitted this one? 3?
3. Submitted by Rob Oxby, Will S., and Neil Johnson. Comments from all 3. Dare we dive into these?
No sign of collusion so far.
Yeah, let rip.
All right, so from,
Veruca Salt Jackson.
Ah,
yeah,
yes,
the
that's
one.
what it was.
That's what it was. From Rob says, "Come on, great riff based,
Come on.
great riff based rock by the queens of late '90s, early 2000s garage rock. Plus, it's nice to hear a revenge song from a woman's perspective, and that guitar solo smacks of Fraleyisms.
My
a true
goodness.
rocker." Okay.
I'm liking what I'm hearing.
This one is from Will S. Will S. says, what? One of their strongest songs, in my opinion. It also taught me what Cavarici pants were. That's why I said what. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to learn for better or definitely worse.
Cavarici?
And it's anything like
on it.
Cavaccini pants.
I would buy Cavaccini pants
Yeah,
if that was available.
That probably will happen
The
one day.
pants you unzip shortly before trying to shake the hand of the person next to you at the men's room. So
Great AC/DC vibe on this one. I remember how hard the Donnas looks were marketed at the unfortunate expense of some truly killer tunes. I've never checked out their other albums, to be fair, but still love this CD. Big fan, and best wishes, guys. Thank you, Will.
Cavarici pants are they smack of 90s to me.
Okay.
Like Bobby Brown would have been dancing in these. I'm
Oh,
thinking.
okay. That type of
like
pants.
Hammer pants?
Almost.
MC
They
Hammer?
got a little wide there. Not quite 1920s jockey / movie director.
Oh,
but,
okay, but they're like-
they're a little wide at the top. and
Wide in the
tapered down.
hips. and
Yeah, and taper
tight
down.
Yeah.
Once you get to the shins, they're about normal.
Cavarici pants.
All right,
Oh, those.
There's
Yeah.
a picture of AC Slater
If
wearing
I
some.
was a woman, I wouldn't be banging a guy who wore this bullshit.
Well, if it was Bobby Brown at his peak.
No, still no.
No.
It's a no for me.
The pants don't work for me, Bobby.
Chris has his boundaries, and not even
No,
Bobby's crossing them.
I think everybody's got their boundaries. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. Somebody dresses like a jackass, you're not going to be attracted to that person.
All right, and then third and final submission for this song is from Neil Johnson. Easily my favorite post-2000 album, an absolute masterpiece. They may have started out as the female Ramones, but this album is pure Kiss and Motley Crue from a female perspective.
Yeah, and this would have been when did Detroit Rock City come out? 99?
That sounds about right.
And they were on the soundtrack, right? So
What did they do on it? One of their own songs, or was it?
no, they covered
Strutter.
yeah.
Talked
Oh,
about
that's
that
on
in the
there?
first episode, yeah.
Oh, it was 11 years ago, man. I can't remember that.
Well, I
like
know,
it was
but
yesterday.
I'm here to remind you
Thank you.
about it. So how familiar are you guys with the Donnas?
I have the CD at home.
Do you?
Yeah.
This CD.
Yeah, Spend the Night, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I have this one.
Do
It's
you?
the only one I have. I know it's quite good, but it's not something I listen to that regularly. So it's gonna have to come back to me. It's not a song where right away I know. Oh yeah, I know how that goes.
Andy?
Not a ton. I know a couple hits, and that's about it. Don't
Yeah,
go-
I based on the influence of Dave Burke and Kelly Lincoln, two of our oldest listeners and good friends of the show. Big Donnas fans, both of them. Followed them around a lot.
Know them personally.
Yeah,
if
know
I'm
them
not mistaken.
personally. Based on their influence, I acquired a few of their albums, and this is the one that everybody kind of talks about. This of the three that I have, this is probably my least favorite.
Doesn't work for you, huh?
I have this I have the gold medal, which as an album, I think Spend the Night is better than the gold medal, but the gold medal has my favorite Donna song on it, which is I should know the fucking title of it since it's my favorite.
Is that after this album? Or is it before it?
I think it's before. I don't know.
So this might be the most recent one that you have.
No, I don't think that's it either.
Oh, okay.
But
'Cause I'm just wondering if their evolution musically.
So gold medal is 2004. This is 2002. What was
Oh,
the
the
third
gold
one?
medal came after this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was the third one we said?
Well, hold on. I'm still trying to figure out the name of my favorite Donna song, which is pathetic.
It's tattooed somewhere. Let's find it.
Yeah. Don't Drag Me Down is the name of it.
Okay.
Tremendous song. It's their best song. But my favorite album of theirs is Bitchin'. And that is the album where they sound like Def Leppard throughout.
Really?
To my ears, yeah.
Apparently,
Similar
that's their
production.
final album.
Their final album?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
you
they
like
went
Def
out on
Leppard.
top in my
What
opinion.
what era Def Leppard?
I want to say, Pyromania, Hysteria.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Just has that kind of production flair to it and songwriting, but it's got the most most songs that I like are on that album. So of the three, Spend the Night is my least favorite, but it's good. I mean, Take It Off is the big hit off that song. It was in the Hangover soundtrack and stuff like that. But yeah, I have owned this album and I'm semi-familiar with this cut. I haven't heard it in a while, but
Was the Hangover soundtrack the one that had that My Dick song also?
no, that was Harold and Kumar.
that's
Escape
right.
from Guantanamo.
Never
Bay.
mind. Okay.
Now, isn't there a video for this? Not that we have to
I have no idea.
do the
man.
connection here, but I think there's a video for this.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that.
I don't know, man.
I'm looking.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is. I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Yeah, I'm not feeling a video watch along, to be honest.
I'm sure it's a delight, but we don't need it today. What is this about? 3:31. Okay, so it's not a really short song. Again, I don't know much of their stuff, so. Who was that? Was that Will who said female Ramones? I think that's kind of what I heard. Some of their earlier stuff, like when we were still in high school. I think like maybe, probably whatever their first. If their first album was '98, that's probably what I heard.
Well, a lot of people call them that because they were all supposed to be named Donna.
Okay.
Kind of like how all the Ramones had the same last name.
Yeah.
From what I understand, the shtick was all four of them have the same first name, that being Donna, and then and maybe they used their own last names. I don't know. I'm not super versed on that, but I think they got away from that as they moved along in their career and just went by their regular names.
Okay.
But a cool band name. I think the concept of it was interesting, and they stuck with it. I mean, it's the name is fine, and they did, to my ears, continue to get better as they went along. And since Bitchin' is my favorite album of theirs, and it's their last album, then they went out on top, in my opinion.
And we know they don't have any more albums, but do you know if they do any festivals or anything? Are they one of those?
I think
bands,
they're
or-
completely done.
Completely done.
Yeah, moved on to like other vocations and stuff. Drummer went to this med school, possibly. I don't know.
Wow.
I get all my information from Dave Burke's copious Donnas posts on social media. He's a big fan, probably the biggest fan they got, I would think. But, he saw them at the Viper Room, followed them around and stuff. So he's the exhaustive knowledge guy about the Donnas.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we take a quick commercial break? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do that.
Get that money.
And we'll be right back with Who Invited You?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got that AC/DC vibe, or Australian pub rock. I believe it would be more broadly branded.
I thought it was pronounced pube rock.
Well,
Depends on the Aussie, really. What
depends
side
on-
of the
depends if
island
he's-
you're from.
if he resides in the bush or not.
Yeah. If you're, say, from Brisbane, you may be more, have a tendency to trim your balls versus going deep in the pun intended bush of Australia. So yeah, it depends on what part of the country you're talking about. That penal colony of a country down there.
Pun intended there, I'm sure as well.
Well, yeah.
I was just looking around a little bit on Wikipedia and just thought I'd like to mention that the lead vocalist Brett Anderson from Bloomington, Indiana,
Oh, really?
as are many great lead vocalists.
Why is that?
I don't know. There's something down there. It's those weekends in Brown County.
Breeding legends.
Yeah, I don't know. And it says she was born in 79 and the band started in 93.
Wow. Kids.
That's youngins.
Mm-hmm.
So
Didn't realize that. Okay. Let's keep going.
I'm busy talking to this guy when I see out of the corner of my eye. Look who's here, how you doing? Why don't you tell me who let you in? Oh, we don't care if you think.
So we got the vocal delivery. It's a little bit of that like a twinge of the sarcastic kind of. My reference point for that kind of vocal, it goes back to the Waitresses usually, which is super sarcasm.
Very much.
This
so,
has a
yes.
hint of that.
No, that's a great comparison.
But not.
actually.
It's it's not of course done like a completely in that vein, but it's got that sort of a punky delivery, that sort of a like snotty attitude kind of delivery.
Right, but I think sonically it's pretty well produced, nice sheen to it, and it's got more similarities to hard rock, Australian pub rock than just straight up punk, but it's got a lot of those elements working together, so it comes together pretty good. I love the tone of her voice. She's got a great voice. So far, it's not. I'm not recognizing anything that puts me off about some of her other stuff. Is the way she phrases a lot of the lyrics. Like a lot of times, I find myself listening to Donna's stuff, and when I'm listening to it, I'm like, if I was the producer, I would have said, sing it differently. Sing it this way. Put the emphasis on this syllable over that syllable. It's just. Sometimes when she delivers lines of lyrics, it just comes out clunky. It's not happening so far on
You
this.
think she does that sometimes?
She does, yeah.
I think, as odd as it is, I think sometimes Harry Styles does that on songs that I've heard. You just made me think of that. That's weird. But anyway.
Harry Styles.
I don't know why. I've had the same thought. Well,
that's the name of the department I shop in at Men's Warehouse.
Yeah. Actually, he shops at Men's Hair House. They rename it when he walks in the door. But do you legitimately notice that about Harry Styles? I'm not.
I only know a couple of his songs, but I've thought that that's bizarre. That's oddly
bizarre.
Oddly phrased.
Do they intersperse vocal doubling of the vocals like this?
I don't think
nobody
so.
gets their vocals doubled anymore, do they? This day and age,
not really. Is that what made you think?
Kim Wilson ruined it for everyone. Just overdoing it.
Because the two tapes were going at different speeds when they mixed it down.
Is that what made you think of the Waitresses when they doubled it when the second voice came in?
Yeah, there's that too. Because that's definitely big in some of their songs.
You know a lot of Waitresses songs. I only know the one, but it's a totally spot on comparison to that song.
There's a live King Biscuit album by the Waitresses. I don't know what year it came out, but I bought the CD and I'm a pretty big fan of it. It's quite good.
Yeah, I never delved deeper into that.
Short-lived, but pretty cool band. Alice Cooper recruited the lead vocalist for a song.
He did?
Yeah, it was. I can't think of the name of the song. I think it was on the Zipper album.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken, but
like a duet or like background vocals.
Yeah, well, it was like a trade-off kind of thing.
Okay.
He'd sing a line, she'd sing a line. If I'm not if I'm remembering correctly. But-
Interesting.
Yeah,
I
I'd
did
like to
not
hear
know
that.
that.
yeah, but there's a little bit of that sarcasm there, and then that vocal doubling also. Yeah, that's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Our party's cool, 'cause we do, and we don't care if you have more fun in Sunday school. 'Cause who invited you? Who invited you? Who invited you? What do I have to do to get rid of you? Who invited you?
I like lyrically what's going on though.
You do?
Yeah,
I couldn't really make it out. I was
it's
going to look those up.
It's what do I have to do to get rid of you? Who invited you?
Mm-hmm.
So it's clearly someone that she knows has showed up to a function, as the kids say, the function.
Yeah. Kids love to say the function.
Kids
They
love
do?
That's a hot word or
that
hot
is
phrase right now.
That is a thing now.
I did not know that.
There's a function at the junction, if you will.
Your kids are saying that, Andy?
No, but I just young people always they reference the function.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
oh, that's the vibe I bring to the function.
Yeah.
Whatever the function is, life. I
I
guess.
like that, actually.
Yeah.
No, I was not
It's
aware of that.
funny. It's all these. It's like stuff from 100 years ago.
That's-
Is now
Yeah.
gaslighting. You know, a movie from the 40s.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I forgot what I was talking about.
That you like the lyrics.
I do.
That they invited someone to this function who was uninvited was what.
You think they invited
he
him?
wasn't
or
Or,
invited.
I'm sorry. They encountered someone at the.
Yeah, he
thing who
just
was not
showed
invited.
up and he's not welcome.
the vibe he brought to the function was
Yeah, he fucked up the function.
let's no. This guy is not as my kids would say. This guy is no Wizard of Oz.
Oh wow, I haven't heard that.
Is that a new lingo thing?
Well,
or-
Riz.
Riz.
Oh, okay.
I've heard the Wizard,
Wizard
of Oz.
is pretty awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
This guy
This is all
not.
new to me, but I'm not hating it, actually.
Yeah.
I love the function.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start using that. It's exactly what a 57-year-old guy should be doing, dropping the function in conversation.
I think tomorrow's the day for it.
This Camarado latched on to the address after the
Oh, wow.
Rawls
Oh, yeah.
thing.
That's yeah.
That should be part of the vernacular,
Ag-
but the function is good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I'm using it.
It's yours now. Bring it to the function.
Plans are being made. Yeah.
But yeah, I like the line that led into the first chorus, and we don't care if you had more fun in Sunday school, because who invited you?
Yeah, that must have been a real life encounter because it's very specific
It is.
to something.
I like lyrics like
So,
that, though.
so the guy's basically saying you guys are not throwing fun functions.
Yeah, he sounds like he showed up to the party to poo-poo it. you
Yeah.
know? Nobody wants
No,
anybody
that's
like
not
that
good.
around.
yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah. We don't care if you think our party's cool. I'm assuming that means he came in and said this party is not cool.
Yeah.
And they said we don't care.
So leave, turn around, and get out.
Yeah, he's just playing spoiler at this point.
Yeah, it was just showing up to, dump all over the chicks' parade who, I don't know, maybe these two were in a relationship or it went sour or was a one and done type thing. But either way, she's not wanting to see this guy show up.
Get out.
Sure, that does happen though. I had been to at least one function, quote unquote, where that did happen. There was an encounter.
Recently?
No, this is many years ago, where someone's ex or something like that showed up and basically was there to just kind
Just to
of
cause trouble.
I don't know about cause trouble, but just to kind of tell them what they thought of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the time or the place for that. Pick something else to handle this like an adult, one-on-one.
They must have wanted an audience though. They probably thought they
Yeah,
had some good points to make.
I would imagine so.
They'd get an applause break or something. It did not happen.
Get the group to rally around them about their, butt-hurtedness.
Get everyone to leave. No. Just the one person left.
Was it a male or a female who came? Who was the ex that showed up to the
ex
party?
that showed up was the female.
Okay, so
That's
You were
never
there.
good.
I don't
See, that
remember this.
that's a reverse scenario.
I was there. Nick said I was there.
He was. I'll tell you. I'll
Okay.
give you the specifics later. But
Yeah.
I had witnessed something along these lines actually.
But that's the reverse scenario than what we're dealing
Yeah.
with in the song. I gotta believe it'd be worse. I think
Mm-hmm.
when a woman is showing up to do that, there's
scorned.
There's some serious danger, potential for danger. Guy's just going to show up and act like a dick, like they're talking about in the song.
Yeah.
I guess you might occasionally have the long cat who wants to literally get in a fight with somebody, but sounds like you're dealing with just a guy who wants to show up and be a prick and ruin the party, and they're not having it. So.
Mm-hmm.
You say you're everyone's best friend, but last night you made fun of all them. You never told me not to tell. You trusted me, but you don't know me that well. We don't care if you think our party's cool, 'cause we do, and we don't care if you have more fun in Sunday school. 'Cause who invited you? Who invited you? Who invited you? What do I have to do to get rid of you? Who invited you? Who invited you?
I was trying to think of what the title of the song and really kind of like the sort of the vibe of it, what it reminded me of, and I remember now.
Let's hear it.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. If you got an invitation, Charlie Brown, it was a mistake.
Oh.
There were 2 lists, one to invite,
Now, have
one
you-
not to invite.
But are you
Brutal.
are you looking at the lyrics sheet?
No, I'm
Because there's a Charlie Brown reference coming in this.
I had no clue.
It's coming.
Wow. Okay. No, I'm not looking at it. I'm just going as.
In fact,
as I'm hearing it.
I wandered ahead in the lyrics. This next stanza, just an evisceration of this guy. I love
Man.
it. Just tears this guy apart, and in so doing, makes a Charlie Brown reference.
Wow. So it's the second Charlie Brown reference we've had lyrically with songs that we've listened to.
What was the first?
Well,
I don't remember.
I think it was edited out because it was too long. But the the Halloween song has a Great Pumpkin. Like the whole verse is about the Great Pumpkin.
Is there? I didn't even remember that.
I don't know if it's in the edited version that we listened to, but in
we
the
listened
like
to the
13 minute or however long it is. Yeah, it's
Why would you reference the Great Pumpkin and piece of music like that?
They did.
I have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah, I want. It's like
I
the
will
whole
not
verse.
Chris won't be doing it.
No. You have to tell me how it goes because I'm not doing that.
I mean, I probably won't listen to the full 13-minute cut, but I'll skip ahead to the Charlie Brown part.
I will say, last Halloween, I was listening to the full version.
Well, maybe you're busy doing something in the background.
It's
or no, you're like carving a pumpkin or something.
It needs to be heard in its entirety.
I don't know if I believe you.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
I think it does, but I'm pretty surprised because I honestly have no memory of a Charlie Brown reference in this song. I don't know the song that well, apparently.
Yeah, it's coming according to these lyrics.
But just the whole the title of it, that's something that poor Charlie Brown would get for no good reason.
Like
that's the kind of treatment that he receives.
Yeah. So you think maybe this guy didn't even do anything?
Oh no, he did something.
These girls could be equivalent to Violet and Patty.
Yeah.
From the Peanut specials. Just mean for mean's sake.
Just Charlie Brown's a turd, taking it all out on him.
It could
Singing,
be. I suppose that could be it. I don't think that's the case.
What did I do?
They, in the one movie, they sang a song called "Failure Face." Adam.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
bullies.
It's absolutely vindictive.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so that could be the case.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe I don't know. I feel like this guy brought it on himself, but that's just the feeling I'm getting.
I guess.
But either way, he's about to fucking take it in the chops in this next stanza of lyrics.
Okay,
this gets torn apart in 4 lines. I love it.
All right, let's hear it.
Who invited you? What do I have to do to get rid of you? Who invited you?
Okay, we're getting the guitar solo first. All right, so we got the guitar solo first before this next stanza. So yeah, good rock and roll guitar playing. I mean, everything I've ever heard from her has been more than solid. I mean, solid is almost a backhanded compliment, but definitely one of the top female guitar players of all time, in my opinion, from a rock and roll standpoint. No question about it.
And it's in the Chuck Berry tradition, so
it's pure rock and roll.
Yeah, man. It's not anything where there's a unique spin put on it, but it's like you said. I think the word is solid.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes you don't need a unique spin there.
No,
I mean, it's like when you know it's a rock and roll song. Put some rock and roll soloing in there. Can't go wrong with that.
It's a tried and true formula.
Yeah.
So.
She wouldn't be the first, not the first or the last to do it. So there you go. But yeah, great. I mean, everything you hear from her is just top notch, and yeah, that was good. So, like I said, that's preceded the verbal lambasting that this guy is going to get. Not that he hasn't gotten it through the rest of the song, but this next group is just cuts right to the bone. So let's hear it.
Face it, dude, you can't beat me in your Charlie Brown shirt and cavalry cheese. Baby, you come into my waist. You need a bar stool to get up in my face. We don't care.
Wow.
So yeah. Face it, dude, you can't beat me in your Charlie Brown shirt and cavalry cheese. Yeah, you're not going to impress a woman in that outfit.
That's not a good combination.
That's a bad combination. That's terrible. You might wear that to a Sugar Ray concert and get some accolades, but not anywhere else. Baby, you come up to my waist. You need a bar stool to get up in my face.
Ooh, I like that.
Cutting into him about his height.
His height,
which is
and
something men are sensitive about. One of the many things men are sensitive.
I'm getting like a double attack there, because it's like a height thing, and talking about you need a bar stool, basically like you need to be drunk in order to have the courage.
Oh. Yeah, maybe that's double meaning.
I'm kind of getting that as well.
That could be.
You need a little, as Andy's called it, a bowl of liquid courage, or
have I said
courage soup, or something like that.
Loudmouth soup.
Was it loudmouth soup?
Yeah, that's
something like that. I remember you saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
But there's an example of what I was talking about. Just like the way she phrased that line, "Baby, you come up to my waist." The way she flowed those syllables, to my waist. It just sounds weird to me.
Yeah.
I can't necessarily put my finger on how I would ask her to, if I was the producer, to ask her to do it differently. And that's also the way she does it is kind of her trademark. So
it works.
But and I could see
keep
where
doing it, but it's just like just to my waist. That those last three syllables are just the way they flow is weird to me.
I could see why people would put a Ramones comparison on there, especially if there are awkward moments with the vocals. Mm-hmm. 'Cause, I mean, there's a ton in the Ramones catalog.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I guess there's something dorky about it that's endearing.
Yeah, I mean, you might be onto something there, but I don't know. It doesn't jump out at me in Ramon stuff as much as it does in Donna's songs, and there was an example of it. It's not. I mean, it's just a little off-putting to me the way she emphasizes the wrong syllable, or the syllable you don't expect or would never expect to be emphasized gets emphasized by her. That's the best way I can put it. And it doesn't turn me off to the songs or the music at all. It's just when I hear it, it's like, man, that just nobody else would do it that way, which is kind of a good thing if you're trying to put your own signature on it. But talking back, hearkening back to the Tom Werman episode where, the producer's there to make these suggestions about performances and arrangements. I'd have been that guy who'd been like, Can we phrase that a little differently? It sounds weird to me. But
I wonder. It makes you wonder if they tried maybe in the studio.
Yeah, who knows?
And it just didn't work melodically or rhythmically, so they were like,
or
"Yeah,
she
leave
was
it."
just like, "This is my thing.
Yeah,
and let's
could
do it."
be.
And if that's your rationale, then I'm all on, or I'm totally on board with it. But I don't know. That was just an example of what I was talking about earlier that I didn't hear in the rest of the song, but just that particular line kind of illustrated what I was trying to explain earlier.
All right. We got another 45 seconds, so let's hear what happens.
If you think our party's cool, 'cause we do, and we don't care if you have fun in Sunday school. 'Cause who invited you? Who invited you? Who invited you? What do I have to do to get rid of you? Who invited you? Who invited you? Who invited you? What do I have to do to get rid of you? Who invited you?
Here it is.
All right.
Good rock and roll, man. No question about it.
2002, huh?
Yeah, Jesus. 22 years ago already? Jesus.
Good grief. All right, well,
Strange times.
yeah, it's time to vote, Nick. Sweet Surrender, Kick in the Crotch. You're going to go first because you chose the song by way of 3 of our listeners, Rob, Neil, and Will.
I will give all 3 of them and the song a sweet surrender.
It's sweet surrender. Hell yes.
Sorry, that was loud. The Donnas, for some reason, mastered quietly the Donnas album. So I pumped that up and then, whoops. Anyway, yeah.
So, sorry, I was just reading a little bit more here.
What about your next magic shell recipe?
Your next upcoming flash sale at Men's Hair House.
Just don't put your magic shell in the fridge when you're done. Don't make that
that's so
mistake.
good.
Learn from someone who's done it.
Don't put it on your genitals either. It's either for fun or practical jokes or pleasure. It's too predictable.
That's why.
Yeah.
Not because
It doesn't get cold enough.
Yeah, let's put magic shell on our dicks. That'll be funny.
That's when you
been
hear
done.
it. That's when the Who Invited You.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
hear someone
that should
saying
be
that from across the room.
a thing of the lyrics. It's like,
Who took the,
go home and put some magic shell on your
These guys-
acorn cap. Something like that.
You put magic shell on your dick.
Yeah, right. That's it. There you go.
guys just show up with magic shell and ruin the party.
Magic shell covered dicks hanging out to ruin the party. That would do it.
These 3 French guys showed up with magic shell.
That'll
ruined it.
That would ruin any party.
No, it's
Oh, jeez.
it's quite an enjoyable song, and I remember the rest of this album being pretty much in line with this, if I'm not,
Oh, it's in line with
Yeah,
this.
and it's got that AC/DC vibe, yes, and bit of a Ramones vibe still, I suppose. But yeah, it's just that it's hard rock, good performances, and very focused, cohesive song. Mm-hmm. Not terribly adventurous, no sort of real breakdowns or anything like that. But I enjoyed it quite a bit. So
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Someone's commenting on the magic shell.
Fielding Fowler says, a magic shell covered Dick's favorite podcast.
Well, might as well change it now.
Well, that absolves me of coming up with something for next week. There it is. Copy that down, Andy.
Yeah, I got it
Let
for
me
you.
forget it.
Screenshot.
I'm going to do it right now. Here it comes here. There it is.
All right, send it along. There is some pressure on me every week to come up with that. So thank
Well,
you
there you
for
go.
absolving
The week
me
off.
of that. Yeah. I can just cover myself in magic shell, not worry about it.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
I like it.
And Nick's not a fan of it. It's beneath him.
Yeah.
As a culinary guy.
Yeah. Whatever, Nick. Anyway.
Can't
He
believe
didn't
it.
come here to be insulted.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I love
I guess
that line.
Even though that's what happened.
Yeah, it sure did. Chris, do you want to vote?
Oh, Sweet Surrender for me, yeah.
It's sweet surrender. Hell yes.
See, because this is another one of those situations where you say that, of the 3 Donnas albums I have, this is the one I like the least. It implies that you don't like it or you think it's crap. Not the case with me. It's a good album. I enjoy it. As an album, it's better than the gold medal, I think. But just the one song I like on the gold medal, which I think is their best song, trumps Spend the Night for me. But yeah, no, the production is great. You got a little cowbell in there, always make things better. Yeah. Definitely, you could feel the energy. I love the sentiment of the song where they're just teeing off and this dickhead has arrived to ruin the party.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's kind of unwarranted. I'm getting a. I'm not sure who to. I can't. I'm not putting my chips down on either side. I'll say that.
Well, you're just buying too much into the whole Charlie Brown dynamic.
I mean,
I think.
If
You might be onto something. You might be right. More
This could be
accurate than my assessment. But
this could be some Mean Girl stuff that was popular back
yeah, that's
then.
possible. It's anything's on the table.
Mean Girls Club.
Could be.
It could be it. But hey,
I mean, this
men
guy,
have done it. Why can't the women?
this guy did walk in and lay on his back, put his legs over his head, and pour magic shell on his balls and wieners. I think he
may have been paid to do so for all we know.
That's true, but
Basically, calling attention to himself at the
Yeah.
party, which nobody likes that.
they were going to eat that later. That was part of the party. It was a key ingredient.
And-
it was the
and-
linchpin of the party.
And let's face it, it's not gonna work.
No,
It's
I mean, he
not
has to
cold
go
enough.
outside in the winter and do that.
I know,
but
and
even still, I don't know.
see, it's a waste of food.
All right, well, it's my turn to vote, and I'm going to give it a sweet surrender as well.
It's sweet surrender. Hell yes.
Never heard it in my life, but felt familiar and good to listen to. So, sweet surrender from me. And we didn't discuss the cowbell until Chris just said it a minute ago, but that was a pleasant surprise that was in there, tastefully used
Yeah, that's
to
cool.
connect sections of the song.
It's cool when because a think a lot of artists come from a sort of punk influenced background, and when they it's cool to see a band, they do a couple albums, they kind of progress, and just to see what they embrace at that point.
Like what they pick up along the way,
Yeah,
kind of,
it's
and how they change.
Something where when you first start, you probably would laugh at somebody who puts cowbell in their song.
Yeah.
Then it's like the band progresses, and then it's interesting to see down the line what kind of stuff they would put on an album.
Yeah. Well,
Someone from Lookout Records.
they wouldn't use a cowbell.
I don't know. Would they? Do
don't
they have
know.
cowbell in the Lookout Studios?
Oh, we'd have to ask someone who, maybe Jackie knows if those early Green Day albums have cowbell. I don't know.
She would know.
She would know. All right, but you know what we're going to find out right now?
All right, Hammond. I got a question for you.
Paul Stanley. Oh, this song has cowbell. Oh, this drum solo has cowbell, I mean.
Yeah.
Paul
And
Stanley needs to know.
Should they be on the soundtrack?
Yeah, if the Donnas should be on the soundtrack. Was that a Gene call? I'm thinking that whole album. I feel like a lot was a Gene call at that point.
Probably a lot was, yeah.
Several years earlier, that Kiss My Ass tribute album, that seems like a whole Gene
I
project.
think that's entire. I mean, to call the album that and kind of realize that that's not going to be as commercially accepted. That's a Gene move.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think of his solo album
Yeah.
from the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Should this song be voted unanimously? You know, this song could be played in a bowling alley. I'm just saying, if it gets to that point, it would work with a certain.
Is that the criteria?
The Donnas song?
I could see it being played over a jukebox, maybe even disco bowling, or what do they call it, blacklight bowling.
What do they call that? Well, there is a
Cosmic
name.
bowling?
That's
Is it
it.
cosmic?
That's
Yeah.
it. Cosmic bowling. Yes.
Did you guys ever? Did you guys used to go to that?
I went to it once, I think.
I used to go semi-regularly, like
Did you?
late in high school. I had a group of friends who would go, and man, the only song I remember is they constantly played that Barbie Girl song.
Oh, jeez.
That was on all the time.
That was the big Cosmic Bowling song?
Apparently, because that's the song I recall all the time. Cosmic Bowling's a good time. There, I said it.
Nick put it out there.
Yeah,
I don't
it is a
care.
good time.
Sticking his neck out.
I don't care what
We still have to do our.
we lose listeners over that.
We still have to do our pot bowling outing with Kodal involved.
Oh man,
I got to see this guy. I've never seen him actually in action, but I've got
You
to
should.
witness his bowling prowess for myself.
it'd be fun to have to put a video up or something
That'd be fun, yeah.
from a night of. Let's see, I have about a 150 series.
I was going to say average, really?
No, series.
Series, yeah, that's more like it.
Yeah, that's about.
Oh, you got to be better than
Oh,
that.
I stink. Andy, tell him I stink.
Stinks.
You've seen it.
Throws the ball really hard, really straight, but not necessarily in the middle.
Yeah, that's the challenge, keeping it on the lane.
Yeah, the 9 and 10 pin. Fear me.
Yeah.
And either gutter to
And the
that
lane
high
next
speed
to it.
bowling
I've had them
ball.
bounce out before.
Yeah, into somebody else's lane too, probably. One of those guys.
Yep.
The classic. I don't know that I ever did this, but this was something I remember they used to do when we would visit our dad on his bowling nights. You remember the old? He's gonna throw a trick. He's gonna throw a practice shot. Hurry up and hit the reset.
The reset button.
So then
So it hits the gate.
it nails the
and
gate and slowly rolls back.
How was that not frowned upon by the
I don't
bowling
know.
alley?
Oh, it is.
I don't know, but they loved it.
yeah.
The guys loved doing it to
Oh,
each
the
other.
guys loved it doing to each other. They don't own the equipment.
No.
It's
No, but
not
you'd
their
think
place.
after like if you had a team for 20 years and you probably did it every week, someone would come
It
tap
might
you
be.
on the shoulder.
It might be the kids are here. Watch. Let's
Yeah.
show them this.
Yeah, I don't know. The other thing is you got to weigh how much money that the league is bringing in and being like, okay, we're just gonna have to bite our lips here and not say anything because these guys are bringing some income here. We'll
Especially
tolerate
to
a
the
dent
bar.
or two in the gate that comes down after the bowling shot. Yeah, the bar tab. Yes, that factors into it.
Record alcohol consumption.
Record.
My vote's in.
My vote's in.
My vote's in.
All right, who wants to go first?
I think Chris should go first.
Who wants to go second?
Oh, Andy, and then Nick, since he
Alright.
I like
picked to
that.
go last.
I like it.
All right, I'm starting things off. You know what? Just for that pants reference, I'm going to say rock.
I'm gonna say no boner.
Kind of what I expected, but I was ready with my answer anyway.
Well, I blew it for everyone. If you're a big fan of this song or the Donnas in general, direct your hate mail to me this week. I'm just not ready for it. I'm sorry.
A lot of fun to talk about, though.
It was a lot of fun to talk about. I feel like it's just one of those bands that I kind of missed, heard a little bit, and
Yeah.
didn't never do a deep dive, or maybe I didn't have the right album at the right time that makes you become a fan of everything else,
Yeah.
But doesn't mean I don't like it. Doesn't mean it won't happen tomorrow. But today, hearing this for the first time, excellent. But I just don't have it in me to give it a rock and roll boner. Maybe a different boner. I don't know what that is,
What
but
kind?
a party boner? I don't know.
A
Cavarici boner. I
Yeah.
would think that
magic shell.
those kind of pants, you could probably get away with a boner in public and nobody would notice.
Maybe that's what they're for.
Yeah, that might be it.
They're made for that.
Gotta look into these.
Yeah, it's those boner and public pants.
Cavariccis. I just love the fact that they mention that by name. I never noticed that before.
That's pretty good.
Who is Cavarici?
Michael Cavarici.
Quincy
There you
Cavarici
go.
was
Yeah.
the designer.
Let's
I
go
believe.
with that.
First name of Quincy.
All right. Well, if you disagree with Quincy or with me, we are sorry.
That's just the fucking way it is.
That's
Why
it.
does the guy in the baggy pants keep yelling?
He has a boner
Because he's Quincy.
because he's Quincy. Ah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's that time of the year, right? It's that time of the month. It's that time of the year where Chris has he has to tell us what's going on. I don't know if we have to go through another public service announcement or if you just want me to
No,
hit
we got
it
that
here.
out of the way.
But do you want me to just hit it here or are we going out on this
We'll
song?
go out on this
Okay,
song.
we'll go out on
I thought
it.
we had this squared away before.
I
we
thought
started
you just
going.
said later, so I wasn't sure
No,
if it was.
I know you
another-
don't like it, but it's important work that we're doing. So you play the full length version
Well, I sure do bring it up a lot, though.
to take it out, and that's where we're going to compromise on this thing.
All right, I'm good with that.
But no, for now we'll just go into our next regular segment, which is bringing Montezuma into the mix.
All right, well, let's do that. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Yardo questions.
I don't get yards of questions. Motherfucker, I give them. Sing away.
You know what's in Magic Shell?
What?
It's coconut oil and melted chocolate, basically. The coconut oil is what does it.
That's what hardens?
Yeah, that's when it gets cold.
Did not know that.
I have a jar of it at home.
So you do have some in your house.
I made my own Magic Shell.
Oh, of course you did. Okay.
DIY shell.
Hence my outrage at Andy's comment. Magic Shell's good.
People seem to
They
like
got all
it.
those other crazy flavors now too. Birthday cake, Magic Shell. Magic Shell went crazy
Oh, yeah.
too, just like everything
Yeah,
else.
well, that's the only thing you have left is these crazy flavors. That's when the Magic Shell is looking for a new marketing person. That's the first thing they do is swoop in and be like, you need Sriracha Magic Shell, which you don't want to put that on your dick. That won't end well. But name the craziest flavor, and some marketing guy making $200,000 a year. That'll be his idea or her idea.
Yeah.
And it'll be in the clearance rack at the back of Walt's by the bathroom in
Yep.
a few months.
Let's do a partnership with Flamin' Hot Cheetos and do Flamin' Hot Magic Shell.
Let's get some of those.
Let's do that.
Let's talk to the blue Taki people.
The blue heat.
Those
or
things
whatever.
those things look like a nightmare.
They do.
Is that their take on the Flamin' Hot?
Yeah,
They have bright blue powder.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
I think they have a green one too or something crazy.
they?
Yeah, it's just it.
I think they have a regular hot, like a regular red.
Yeah. Oh,
like-
but they pile on that. Not that I've ever eaten one, but I've seen them, and they pile on that powder. You think Cheetos are excessive sometimes? Takis take it to a new place.
All right. Well, you know who else takes it to a new place?
Who is it this week?
Dave Tomko. This week's Yardo questions
Dave Tomko.
comes to us
He
from
submitted one?
Dave Tomko.
Oh, interesting.
That's right.
Didn't even know he listened.
Maybe it's not
Maybe
really
he's
Dave
a-
Tomko.
yeah.
Who's hijacking Dave Tomko's
Impersonating Dave Tomko.
Maybe it's a different Dave Tomko, and we're assuming it's
name? Could
one
be.
that we know, but it's not.
Well, This is
He gives no information here as far as like, hey, my friends from high school. There's none of that.
Just comes in with the questions.
The real Dave Tomko would not be able to resist.
Okay, so
some
this is
sort
a
of
fraudulent
digs at the beginning.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think this is him. I'm saying it.
All right.
Used to go bowling with him.
He's the king of cosmic bowling.
He was one of the cosmic bowling guys, yeah.
All right. It's all the serendipity.
Mm-hmm.
Serendipity, shenanigans, whatever you want to say. It's happening.
Was that at the place in Highland?
Was at Plaza
Lanes?
Yeah.
Take me back. No, don't. Okay, question 1. What song or songs from your favorite band or bands that everyone agrees is a total banger, including yourself, can you just not bring yourself to listen to anymore because you've heard it too many times?
Yeah.
Favorite band? Is that what you said?
Band or bands, I guess.
But you said it has to be our favorite, or one of our favorites.
I'm thinking he means one of.
All right.
I mean, I got an easy one. I don't know if I want to settle for an easy one. I guess I could just put it out there for food for thought. Since it's kind of topical, people complaining about Gene Simmons' band's set list.
Yeah.
Saying we never need to hear Love Gun or Detroit Rock City ever again. And I would agree with that. If I went to the show, I'd be like, as soon as you hear the intro of either of those, it's like they could be doing something else right now.
Well, especially at a solo show, right?
Yeah, and he's not singing it.
Yeah, that did strike me as weird. That set list.
I mean,
he's probably like, "Hey, Paul, you gonna use these? Can I have this? You gonna eat that?" Basically. I'm not doing anything.
I mean, Detroit Rock City, undeniably great song. I never need to hear it again, probably.
Okay.
I don't think so. You never know.
Let me think here.
I ate it all, pal.
Oh, he did it.
What happened?
Andy ate
I ate it all, pal.
How'd you do that?
When no one was looking, I wolfed it down.
See, we usually try to mess with Andy when
How
he does
was
that, but
it?
he's
It was
gotten
just good.
Andy's gotten really good at.
I had to turn my back and act like I was busy.
That was good.
Well,
Good on you.
Yeah. Easy to chew.
So easy to chew.
Yeah.
If you need a minute, I could go like for a live setting. So I'm gonna go with my favorite band, Stone Temple Pilots. Saw them last summer. The set got cut short because of
weather,
the kind of stuff we're seeing outside tonight, which made it a better show in my opinion. Because a lot of, as much as I love the big hits, they didn't get to them yet. So they got to the sort of like the build up to it, and then they couldn't really go all the way with it and like have the show kind of blossom with the hits, which actually to me was pretty cool. Like, do I ever really want to hear Creep again? Not really, especially when there's like, when it's not a straight up like unplugged situation. I don't think I really ever need to. Great song, but I think I've had my fill. So I'll throw that one out there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh man, jeez. Man, this is a harder one than it should be. I'm trying to think of something. I mean, I go down the list of bands I had to stop listening to because I'd just been overexposed. Zeppelin is one. First Boston album, I had to take a step away from it. I just got way overexposed to it.
Is there a Rival Sun song that you just kind of would rather hear a different one?
Not really. I mean,
No?
they're all good. I'm trying to think of a band that's still active that would fall into this category. I don't need to hear. I guess I'll do Guns N' Roses and say I really don't need to hear Welcome to the Jungle ever again. I mean, they've got better songs, I think, and that one is a little overexposed. Sweet Child of Mine I could listen to endlessly because the guitar solo, one of my all-time favorites. So for that reason, I don't get sick of that song. But Welcome to the Jungle, yeah, that's fine, whatever. I don't need to hear it again. And, you know, I think they're still out there doing stadium tours. So.
All right, question 2. What song or songs from a band or bands that you totally despise will you actually admit you kinda like?
So we hate the band, but like a song. But
yeah, maybe begrudgingly.
Okay.
Like, all right, that one's pretty good, actually. That's how I'm taking it.
I will say, and I've said this for years, 1999 lives up to everything, to all the adulation that it gets.
I do remember you saying
total banger of a party song. Great melody. Really, really excellent song. And I know I've got, most people who listen probably know. Not the biggest Prince fan, but 1999 is a perfect pop song.
Do you like the trade-off of vocals with Des Dickerson and Lisa? Not Wendy wasn't in the band then, but Lisa and the other.
Yeah, I think
you like that all vocal interplay.
Yeah,
because it's three people, right?
Yeah,
it's got a Sly and the Family Stone influence, I think, with that. Just kind of letting the different people take a line.
So this, you shook a memory out. I don't even remember who I was talking to, but this is like back sometime in the late 90s. I remember asking someone, just like casually, like, who are the other people singing in this? They're like, that's Prince doing 3 different voices, dummy. And I'm like,
okay, yeah,
is
that's
it?
wrong.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure it's
patently
not.
wrong.
It's believable that you would get that answer from somebody.
Because Prince is so amazing, he could physically be different people.
Yeah, no.
But I'm like, no, I don't think that's right.
Lie.
Yeah, but I never knew who they were.
I think only Joe Lynn Turner can do that.
Yeah, right.
Only he's capable
of being a totally different person verbally.
Yeah, you were led astray with that. It was a bold-faced lie.
Well, that was back when you couldn't prove anything. You could just say whatever you wanted and then act like you were right. And then be like, okay, I guess. I don't know. I don't think you're right, but all right. You're confident, so I'm not going to argue with you right now.
Yeah, it's the same rationale that to this day why I refer to A&W root beer as ass and wiener.
Because someone told you that.
Somebody said, you know what A&W stands for, right? Like, no, what? Ass and wiener.
No way.
From that day forward, it's forever been ass and wiener in my mind.
Sometimes it works out.
Yeah, it's still amusing, but that's the rationale. That's
that is. Now I don't know if girls get this as much in grade school, but I think all boys get that. Where the stuff you hear, it's like that, and you believe it.
Yeah.
Up to a certain point, you kind of don't, but then part of you is like, maybe this kid's right. Maybe Yellow 5 really does shrink my genitals.
Are you drinking Mountain Dew? You got little balls?
There's always something going around.
Shrink your balls.
The grade school.
Or was it wiener too?
Oh, it was everything.
It was everything.
Well, I had I want to bring up a specific one. Highly specific, but I still think about it to this day because it's just so fucking idiotic. So we had a English teacher. I want to say he was an English teacher because I remember we were turning papers to him. His saying was, "There will be no late papers." So you had to turn your shit in on time. You were in trouble. His name is Mr. Bradley. He had kind of a bit of a facial deformity. Very minor, but like his face was like off proportion. It was kind of crooked. Okay? And he would often wear a button on his lapel or whatever that said, "I am not an animal" on it. Okay?
Really?
Yeah. And this kid I went to that was in the class, Mike Seward. There's always the lead in. It's like, you know why he wears that button, right? And we're all like, no, why don't you tell us? Because he knows he looks like Elephant Man. And we're just like, okay, yeah,
all right,
that's got to be the reason.
That must be it.
But
wow, that's
he knows it.
Weird.
yeah, he's acknowledging to the world that he looks like the Elephant Man because he's wearing that
with
button.
an ever so slight imperfection.
Yeah, exactly. And suddenly he's like a freak show, bulbous head and all that stuff.
Well, all it takes is one kid to think of it.
It does.
And
then he
goes around
plants
telling
that
everybody.
seed, and you're like, maybe he's right. Maybe that's what's got going on. All right, my answer will be, and actually, for this artist, I have 2 songs.
Which
The rest
ELO
of it-
song is it going to be?
It's not that. It
Okay.
would never be that,
Okay.
ever, under any circumstance. Billy Joel.
Okay.
The rest of his catalog, it's, I'll get a kick out of the moving out with the heart attack line. I get some amusement from that, but in general, I'm not a fan of the song. He's got 2 songs that I like. One is "You May Be Right,"
Good song.
which is a potent rocker off, I
Yeah.
believe, the Glass Houses album. And then far and away, his best song is, without question, "Captain Jack." That's a legit banger of a song from him. Everything else I can do without. So.
Fair. All right. Question 3. What band do you really like? Wait, sorry. What band do you...
Come on, Dave.
It's me. What band do you really want to like that you have tried and tried but just can't find yourself enjoying?
That's a good one.
question, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, there are those bands where you'll be listening to a podcast or something and they'll be praising them. And you're like, yeah, I gotta give that a shot. That sounds awesome. It just
It doesn't work?
doesn't always work. Sometimes, but
Sure.
it's actually more rare than it would seem. Man.
Well, I'll chime in here, and I think I've talked about this before. Well, I'm going to say something a little different, but and I've talked about this one before, but Dream Theater. A friend of mine burned their entire catalog on CD and sent it to me years ago. And I feel almost guilty that he went to those lengths because, first of all, I didn't ask him to, but he just, one of those things where, you're a guitar player, you gotta like this stuff. And he sent it to me, and I did, because he put forth that level of effort, I felt the need to put some effort out myself. Just could not get into it. It's just, I don't know, I can't even put my finger on it. It's just like, there's no edge to it, to my ears. It just doesn't draw me in. And the vocals, I'm not a fan of the vocals. But the other stuff is just in general, instrumental guitar rock. A couple weeks ago, Nathan from the Deep Purple podcast was kind enough to give me a free ticket to the Satch Vi tour stop here in Chicago. So I met him at the Chicago Theater. We had a good time at that show, and again, as a guitar player, I feel kind of obligated to witness these guys in person. I'm glad I did because seeing these guys live is just captivating. The mastery they have over the instrument, but just instrumental guitar rock like that, it's just I would never just pop some on and listen to it. It just doesn't draw me in. Another one along those lines is Alan Holdsworth.
That's that's one that you hear your favorite players love him.
Oh, everybody,
Alan Holdsworth.
every guitar nerd, guitar geek loves that guy. all the guitar magazines in the 80s and 70s would just rave about them, and it's just like, okay, I guess I gotta listen to something because I feel like I have to. And I was the Metal Fatigue album that he had, came out in the early 80s, and I bought it. Just nothing there drew me in. So, yeah. It's a typical guitar nerd music that you think I would be into. I'm just not into.
Yeah, you typically don't throw on a Satriani album unless you're Coldplay and you're trying to find some inspiration.
That's an interesting shot. What's that?
Oh,
based on?
that song that
Did they steal a Satriani song?
That's Satriani gets some cash.
I vaguely remember hearing about
was
this.
it Viva for what's it called?
Viva La Vida, I think.
Viva La Vida. Whenever that earns some money,
all right,
Satch gets a bit of a kickback.
I vaguely remember reading something about that.
I will go. How you started your answer jarred loose a memory for me. Gave me my answer. Same kind of thing. I knew someone who was super into this band, and I just was like, yeah, I'm open to checking them out. I just never really got into them. They never grabbed me. And they burned several CDs and gave them to me, and I was very appreciative. Upon listening, though, this band just does not grab me, and probably never will, and that's Weezer. I get it. Like, I should like them more than I do. I just don't. There's great. It's all very intentionally well-crafted pop punk, I guess, if you want to say. Maybe not quite so much punk.
Yeah.
But it's got that power pop, power punk kind of sound, which is not a bad thing, but I don't know.
For you.
And extremely good at it, extremely successful at it, but they've never been my thing. And every once in a while I'll go and just kind of look up something.
Try it again. Doesn't work.
It just never does. There's just something, some sort of chemistry that's not there for me.
It happens. Can't just grok everything that's thrown in your direction, and a lot of people gravitate towards. I'm the same way. I mean, I nobody's ever. I mean, I had a friend of mine back in the day was when the Blue album came out, was just like, this is amazing, blah blah blah, and he played it for me, and I was more intrigued by the fact that Rick Ocasek produced it, but and it's good, the songs are good and stuff. I think, I don't know, some of their hokier singles, like that Beverly Hills song, is just terrible. They should have never released that. It's just way too fucking hokey for me. And like Islands in the Sun is another one. It's just terrible.
Like, I don't know, like Hash Pipe, the super high falsetto.
Aren't all three of these from the same album that you just named?
It's possible. I don't mind Hash Pipe. I think it's similar to more their rocking roots, but that Islands in the Sun with a hip hip line that he does, it's like, the second I hear that, I want to fucking break something. It's like, who again, going back to what we talked about with producers, it's like, does anybody say no? It's like, no, we're not doing that. You're not having that in the song. It sounds stupid.
Hugely successful, though.
Yeah, well, whatever. The masses are asses, as they say.
Well,
but that, I hate it when that thing comes on. And then the whole Beverly Hills thing where they filmed the video at the Playboy Mansion and stuff. And, suddenly these nerds who look like your coffee baristas are suddenly, fucking partying with Playboy models. Too much of a stretch for me.
Happened to me.
What happened to you? Yeah, that I believe.
Literally both parts.
Literally a barista.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, how did that happen, by the way? I get this motherfucker a job over there, and he ends up at the mansion.
I didn't
never
go.
made it out there.
I never went.
I thought you went there once.
No, I never went. I was there. I was at the headquarters 3 or 4 times in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
But
you never went to the mansion.
the first time I went, we were offered the chance to go, but it was kind of... It felt as if it was like, maybe don't come, but you could if you want to. But there's nothing going on, and there won't be anything for you to do.
See, if
and there's
you
not gonna
walked
be
in,
anyone there.
you would have gotten the "who invited you"
Yeah,
attitude
so we were
from
just like,
people. And
okay.
that's no good.
So you saved some face by
Yeah.
not going.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. If you want, we could make an arrangement, and they'll.
If you really want to show
But
up,
they're not
we'll
gonna.
make it happen.
They're not gonna
but
be happy that you're there.
There's nothing going on. There's no one to show you really anything. We could see if someone could come out and. It's
so
fine.
to
I'm good.
basically read between
Like someone's
the
not
lines,
sleeping in the lawn every
No.
single day.
Well.
There's a guy they can wake up to show you around.
Yeah, but yeah, I felt like a read between the lines. That's a good way to say it. And I was like, I don't care. That would be cool, but I'm not gonna make a big deal
Yeah,
out
I
of
thought
this.
you went to that.
No, I never
place
went.
Once.
No.
Arturo went. A couple
Yeah, he
times,
did.
Right?
He did. Yeah. He worked at
Buzek. Did he ever go?
I want to say yes. I think he did
Yeah,
too.
these fucking weenies all going there, and I never made it.
Joseph
out there.
Joseph literally could have been in Weezer physically.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So there you go. There's your perfect example. He was there.
Absolutely.
I think he
true.
was at the Midsummer Night's Dream Party one year.
Okay.
Filming
That was
something.
one of the top ones every year.
Yep.
Oh well.
All right. Well,
Thanks, quote
Thank you.
unquote, Dave.
Dave. Whatever, Dave.
Might be you.
Fake Dave.
I'm thinking it's fake Dave.
Yeah, it's got to be fake Dave.
No commentary. That's not Dave.
Yeah, he would have tried to hurt someone's feelings. Unlimited character space to hurt feelings. Oh, he would have. He would have gotten comfortable.
That's his milieu.
All right. Well, thank you, Dave, for your Yardo questions. And if you want to send a Yardo questions, go to potofthunder.com. Click that widget. Send over 3 questions. We will discuss them on the next episode of Pot of Thunder. But now, the moment some of you have been waiting for. Here we go. See you next week.
And that's when a stroke was a stroke, and drooling was drooling. Motor skills meant everything. I lost mine and I was not improving. Collapsing to the floor. Trembling hands were happening, baby. Outside my house, an ambulance. My farts were involuntary. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah.